Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Who's ready for another end of the month bullet journal cover? I swear I don't purposely schedule them for the end of the month. I actually wanted to do this at the beginning of the month. It's just that the last video took me so long. I actually had 4 videos planned for this month and I only managed to do the last video and this one, and that's about it. This is actually one that I didn't want to skip, so that's why I'm doing it anyways, even though it's again at the end of the month. I really didn't plan for this to happen. But yeah, hopefully next month in November I'm gonna be able to post the bullet journal cover at the beginning of the month, because that would make more sense. I see that a lot of content creators that do bullet journal content, they do the bullet journal covers at the beginning of the month, because that's what makes sense, you know, you're starting your month on the journal, so of course you're gonna have to do the cover before you start your month, but I haven't had the time to do that. So what I have been doing is I just leave an empty page ready for when I do the bullet journal cover. I just put it there. And then, of course, I journal like I usually do. But yes, I didn't mean for this to happen. I wanted to do everything very nicely and to fit very well within the month. But again, last video took me a lot of time. It took me a lot of time to finish because it was finishing me, basically. So yeah, right now I'm actually filming. This is the second day of filming for this video. I was here yesterday and I started the bullet journal cover, and I'm gonna show you in a little bit how it went, but we're gonna go back and rewind to what happened yesterday, and then we're gonna continue back to what's going to happen today. Basically, the theme that I had in mind for October was stained glass. I don't know where I got this idea. I think I saw a bullet journal cover on Pinterest that was stained glass, but I don't know for what month it was. I just thought that stained glass was very interesting to play with, because I've never actually done that, and I'm really curious of how everything's gonna like fit together, because I think the texture of the glass is also really interesting. So I'm really curious on how I can do that with paint. So now we're gonna rewind back to yesterday, to when I got here and I did the sketch, and then we're gonna come back to now, where I have the sketch and I'm gonna start painting it. So this is how it's turning out for now. I really went ham on those vines. There's something bothering me about this part right here, but I'm not really sure what it is. I tried to add like a swirl of the vine and I didn't really like it. I don't know, I want to change something here, but I'm not really sure what. And also I forgot the mushrooms and I only added them right at the end. And I'm not really sure if I like them where they are, because they kind of just, I don't know, they just don't feel right where they are. I might just play a little bit with the positioning of everything, but for now this is how it's looking. I have no idea how I'm gonna turn this into stained glass. That's gonna be a problem for future Diana. For now, I just have all the elements in place, so I'm gonna figure out how I'm gonna transform them all into stained glass later. Not right now, because right now I have no idea. I have no idea how stained glass even works, how things are aligned and stuff like that. I have no idea how that works, so yeah, I'm just gonna leave that for later because I don't really want to deal with that right now. So yesterday I got back and I realized that the drawing that I did looks nothing like the sketch that I had originally made for this video. So this is the original sketch. Yes, it does have stained glass elements, it does have the pumpkins and the sparkles, but it doesn't look like anything that I actually drew. And the reason they're completely different is because yesterday I forgot to bring the sketch with me. And so I just had to draw from memory, and I just thought, okay, I know it had stained glass, I know it had pumpkins, and I know it had sparkles, so I'm just gonna go with the flow and I'm gonna try to figure it out. But I think it actually worked out for the best, because I do think that I like this one better than I like the original sketch. Isn't that funny how things sometimes happen? You know, they turn out better than you expected, and it kind of just makes it harder to regret doing stuff. Like, I was sad that I forgot the sketch at home, but now I'm actually happy that I did, because I much prefer this one. I think this one looks a lot better. And I don't think I would have been able to do this if I had been focused on this sketch, if I had tried to redo this. Sometimes, you know, things happen and you're like, oh, damn it. But then actually it all actually worked out nice, so I don't know, should I feel sad or happy about it? Anyways, today what I'm gonna be doing is I'm gonna be tracing all of these things with marker, with black marker, so to make the lines a little bit more defined, and just doing this part on here, like mirroring this part over here. And yeah, that's gonna be about it. I did try to look up how stained glass kind of works. I still have no idea, but I'm just gonna add some random lines. I started adding yesterday some random lines, like here, you know, see? So it kind of like gives that effect. And I think if you're somebody that doesn't know how stained glass works, I think it will look like stained glass. And if you do know, I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry, but I don't know how it works. It's gonna have the effect, it's gonna have the vibe, it's not gonna actually look like stained glass, okay? So I'm actually quite unsure how I'm gonna do this. I know I'm the one who did this drawing, but I have no idea what this is supposed to be, if it's gonna be stained glass or wall. I'm kind of hoping it'll be wall because I don't feel like doing all of this in stained glass and then this. So I think I'm just gonna assume that this is part of like the embellishment of the window, you know, and not actual glass. And then this is gonna be glass. I do want to have like a point of sunlight, kind of like until here it's gonna be like sunlight. I'm gonna put a little bit of yellow just so I can show you. I'm thinking maybe something like this. So this part here is all gonna be like lighter, because we're assuming that the sun is coming through the window, right? I'm not gonna do an actual sun ray because that would imply that I'd have to cover a part of the drawing, so I'm not gonna do that. But I'm gonna leave like this part here with more white, and this here with like a lot more yellow, and then here probably like orange, and then darker here. Just have a little bit more of depth, because I think if I just painted it just plainly, you know, I think it would not look as nice. And I feel like this, it will look a lot more interesting, visually interesting. So something like this. And now I have like a guideline of where the sun is gonna be, and then I'm just gonna use this to paint the rest. I'm not sure if I should be making all of the colors of like the parts of the pumpkin equal, because I don't know how it would like be made, you know, like if they would use all the same parts of the same glass or if it would be different. It's vibes, I tell you. That's all that's fitting this project. So this is where the magic happens, in my opinion, because I've painted all of this dark, and now what I do is I add a little bit of water, and I, for example, go here and I take like the inside, I add water to the inside, and then I dab it. Okay, I didn't add enough water. And then it takes the excess of the color, and we're left with the inside lighter. It does that stained glass effect where the edges of the glass are darker and then the inside catches more light, so it's lighter. I think it's looking really nice like this. So it's getting late and cold, so I'm gonna go back home. This is how the drawing has turned out so far. But I'm gonna finish the rest at home because it's I'm really cold right now, so I'm gonna finish the rest at home and I'm gonna get some warm tea. I saw a recipe for tea that seems very, very tasty and autumnal and seems warm, and I'm really cold right now, so I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna go home and drink some tea, basically. Bye. That's the moon. Oh my god. I was so focused on drawing I didn't realize how cold it was getting. So it's finally finished, and this is the final result. This is how it looks. I think it looks really nice. I really enjoyed doing this. I wasn't expecting to be able to do the stained glass effect. I'm not sure if I actually managed to do it, but I think it actually looks really nice. So I think that if you look at it, you can understand that the idea is for it to look like stained glass. So if it's understandable, then it's fine by me. So my final thoughts on this project. I really enjoyed doing this drawing. I actually like the small mishaps that happened throughout the project, like me forgetting the original drawing at home. I think it just added a certain magic that it didn't have before. I wish I had used sparkles. I am kind of sad because I didn't use sparkles. I wish I had, you know, the sparkly watercolors. But the thing is, I look at it and I feel like it doesn't need much more. You know, it already has so much going on that I think the sparkles would just be overwhelming. So I'm not adding them, unfortunately. I am really sad because, like, literally my main prompt for this painting was to have a lot of sparkles, and I don't have a lot of sparkles. I do have sparkle shapes, but not actual sparkles. So I am a little bit sad about that. Not too sad, but a little bit. Also, the weirdest thing happened during this video, because I was thinking, you know, like, I usually share a little bit of a story, either like at the end or during the video. And for this video, I didn't have any, so I was like, okay, maybe this video just won't have a story, and that's okay. And then the universe decided, not today, and I got burned. And that's actually how I realized that I probably drink too much tea. Because every time I'm bored or I just don't have anything to do, I'm just like, I'm gonna make some tea. That's what I do. So I got burned because I was again bored, because I didn't have much to do and I was kind of procrastinating editing this video. So I decided to make some tea so I could buy myself a little bit of time, just as an excuse so that I didn't have to edit just yet. And I made a tea, and I was carrying the tea from the kitchen to the living room. I'm gonna get the mugs, just a minute. I got the mugs. So these are the mugs that I was using. So I poured hot water into, actually boiling water into both of these mugs, and I had the tea in them, and I was just carrying it from the kitchen to the living room. But I had just put moisturizer on my hands, so my hands were slipping, and this finger was touching this part on both. So I ended up burning myself, and these are the fingers that got burned. So I just burned myself in the most idiotic way possible, I think. Has that ever happened to you? Like, have you ever burned yourself or cut yourself or something like that? Hurt yourself in such a weird way? Because I don't think I've ever seen anybody get burned like this just by carrying tea mugs. So this is how my hands are looking right now. Anyways, that was the video for today. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you had a good time. Please tell me if you've ever hurt yourself like this, in a stupid way, basically. So don't forget to comment and like this video, and subscribe to my channel if you want to, so you can see new videos like this. Hopefully not so late in the month, but I think they're still enjoyable anyways. Don't forget that this drawing will actually be available for you to purchase on my Ko-Fi page, and it will be linked down below if you want to. That's basically it. I don't have anything else to say. I just want to say that I really like you, and I appreciate you very much for watching this video, and I hope to see you in the next video. And I hope you're safe and you're okay and you're happy. And until then, bye!